Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu Now German, Lektion 75, Lesson 75. Hey, Xi.
Hello, everyone. Hey, Gregor.
Xi, do you know what's great about going to work and having an employer?
No?
They also need to give you vacation, and in most countries, at least several weeks every year. For example, here in Switzerland, it's at least 4 weeks, but many companies give you even 5 or 6 weeks. How do you think about vacation? Isn't that a great thing?
It's the best thing for being employed.
Exactly. And that's what our topic today is also related to. So I can, for example, ask, wann warst du in Italien? When were you in Italy? Warst du in Italien?
Ja, ich
Wann
war
warst du in Italien?
äh, ein Jahr, ein Jahr ago.
Yes, that is exactly what we look at in today's lesson and today's grammar. So at the end of this lesson, you'll know how to answer this correctly. So let's jump into our dialogue.
Ich liebe Italien. Das Wetter ist schön, das Essen ist lecker und die Leute sind nett.
Ja, ich finde Italien auch super. Wann warst du in Italien?
Vor 3 Monaten. Und wann bist du nach Italien gereist?
Ich bin vor einem Jahr nach Italien gereist. Ich will bald wieder reisen.
Ja, ich auch.
Okay, let's look at the vocab. First, we have lieben,
Lieben.
to love. And originally, that is mostly used for people, especially lovers. You can say, what is I love you in German?
Ich liebe dich.
Yes, but same as in English, it now gets used more and more broadly for all kind of things. So, of course, Italian, you can say, ich liebe Italien, I love Italy. And there we also have the next word, Italien.
Italien.
That is Italy. And we have das Wetter.
Das Wetter.
That's the weather. And in Italy, the weather is mostly schön.
Schön.
That's beautiful or nice. Yeah, in English, I don't think you would necessarily say the weather is beautiful. You would more likely say the weather is nice. But in German, we use the word schön for this purpose as well. So it's a bit broader than just the English beautiful. And then we have das Essen.
Das Essen.
Yes, that is food. Do you know how to say the favorite food?
No.
That is das Lieblingsessen.
Das Lieblingsessen.
Yes. Was ist dein Lieblingsessen?
Das ist Hotpot.
Yes. You can say, mein Lieblingsessen ist Hotpot.
Mein Lieblingsessen ist Hotpot.
Yes. And then you can also say, Hotpot ist lecker.
Hotpot ist lecker.
Yeah, lecker, that means delicious. All right. And then we have die Leute.
Die Leute.
That is the people. And one thing that you can describe people as is nett.
Nett.
That means nice. But in English, I think when you say nice, it almost has a sarcastic tone to it very often. In German, there is no sarcasm. So perhaps friendly is also a good translation. And then we have finden.
Finden.
That is to find, but it can also mean to think, to have an opinion about something. Actually, also similar to find in English, like I find this nice. I think this is nice. And one we had very often, super.
Super.
Great, awesome. And when in German is wann.
Wann.
Yes. And a few more. We have vor.
Vor.
That means ago or before. And this is a bit of a tricky one that confuses people because of the spelling. So we spelled it with the letter V, but actually this is pronounced exactly the same way as F in German. So it's not vor, but it's vor, just as if it were an F. And you did it great there. And then we have der Monat.
Der Monat.
That is the month. And when we talk about dates in plural, and specifically in the dative, then actually the noun gets an ending. We say Monaten.
Monaten.
Yes. And perhaps I should first say that simply the plural of der Monat is die Monate. So you just add letter A, die Monate.
Die Monate.
Yes. And then in dative, it gets this ending. And this is a grammar we'll look in detail at a later point. Just notice that in this case, we have to add the N. And then we have das Jahr.
Das Jahr.
That is the year. And bald.
Bald.
Bald is soon. And wieder.
Wieder.
Again. And lastly, gehen.
Gehen.
To go. Any questions about these words?
No. Oh,
Good.
good.
Then let's look at the dialogue one more time.
Ich liebe Italien. Das Wetter ist schön. Das Essen ist lecker. Und die Leute sind nett.
Ja, ich finde Italien auch super. Wann warst du in Italien?
Vor 3 Monaten. Und wann bist du nach Italien gereist?
Ich bin vor einem Jahr nach Italien gereist. Ich will bald wieder reisen.
Ja, ich auch.
Okay, and now in the grammar we look at how we answer this question that I asked you in the beginning of this lesson. So when I asked the question, wann bist du nach Italien gereist? Then we use the preposition for. For is the equivalent of ago in English, which we also might use in this context. And we'll say in the case of 1 month, ich bin vor einem Monat nach Italien gereist.
Ich bin vor einem Monat nach Italien gereist.
Yes. And for as a preposition asks for the dative case. So what you see here is the indefinite dative pronouns. So in the case of nominative, we had ein, eine, ein. In the case of accusative, we had einen, eine, ein. And now you see in dative, we have einem, einem, einer. So let's look at the example of das Jahr. This is a neutral word. How would you say, I traveled to Italy 1 year ago?
Ich bin vor einem Jahr nach Italien gereist.
Exactly. So einem is the same for masculine and neuter. And then for feminine, eine Woche, for example, we'll say, ich bin vor einer Woche nach Italien gereist.
Ich bin vor einer Woche nach Italien gereist.
Yes. And now we have the plural. So in plural, we have the word two, for example, zwei in German. The numbers, they don't need to be changed according to the case, but the noun can change in the dative case. In the dative, we add first for the plural a, and then in addition to that, we also add an n. So we can say, ich bin vor 2 Monaten nach Italien gereist.
Ich bin vor 2 Monaten nach Italien gereist.
Yes, I'm going to challenge you. How would I say, I traveled to Italy 2 years ago?
Ich bin vor 2 Jahren nach
Almost.
Italien. 2 Jahren
Yes, exactly.
nach Italien gereist.
Yes. And then how about I traveled to Italy 2 weeks ago?
Ich bin vor 2 Wochen nach Italien gereist.
Exactly. Does that grammar make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm asking you, wann bist du nach Italien gereist?
Ich bin vor einem Jahr nach Italien gereist.
Okay, very good. Then let's look at our dialogue one more time.
Ich liebe Italien. Das Wetter ist schön, das Essen ist lecker und die Leute sind nett.
Ja, ich finde Italien auch super. Wann warst du in Italien?
Vor 3 Monaten. Und wann bist du nach Italien gereist?
Ich bin vor einem Jahr nach Italien gereist. Ich will bald wieder reisen.
Ja, ich auch.
Okay, great. Do you want to ask me a question like this about any location?
Wann warst du in Spain?
Spain in German is Spanien.
Spanien. Wann warst du in Spanien?
Ich war vor 2 Jahren in Spanien. Okay, one last question from my side. Wann warst du in Paris?
Ich bin vor 2 Jahren in Paris gereist.
Yes, almost. In the case of a city and Paris, we actually say nach. But the verb conjugation is great and case of the article also. So that is what this lesson is about. Okay. And wann lernst du Deutsch?
Ich habe vor 1 Jahr Deutsch gelernt.
So actually in this case, I'm not asking you when you started, but that is exactly what we will look at in the next lesson. So we'll see you there and then we'll talk more about how we talk about that topic when you started something. So we'll see you there. Tschüss.
Tschüss.